After the shocking news that King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer, questions have been raised over the sovereign's position as head of state. If he was to step down due to ill health, the crown would pass to the next in line. In fact, in Denmark, Margrethe II recently announced her abdication as queen, citing recent back surgery, and said that time had taken its toll. Her eldest son, Crown Prince Frederick, will succeed her. Back in the UK, if Charles was to take a similar approach, his son, Prince William, would become king. Prince George would take the next place in the line of succession. So what does an abdication by the monarch look like?
So there's no indication from this announcement that King Charles intends to abdicate or that any formal replacement is required for him. But if that were to be the case, then certain processes would have to be followed. When it comes to abdication, a sovereign can choose to abdicate, but they cannot make that happen by themselves. It's something that has to be agreed by Parliament and signed into law. So when King Edward VIII wanted to abdicate in 1936, he signed a declaration of abdication, but then a bill was passed through Parliament, which he then signed into law, which sealed his abdication. So a sovereign cannot make that happen by themselves. When a sovereign abdicates, the throne is passed to the next in line. So as with Edward VIII, it passed to his younger brother, who became King George VI. When it comes to someone stepping in on a long-term or short-term basis for the sovereign, this is dealt with through the Regency Act 1937. A regent can be appointed if the sovereign is incapacitated or under 18 at the time of coming to the throne, and then the next in line would step in, assuming they are not also too young or unable. The Regency Act also deals with what happens when a sovereign is temporarily unavailable to carry out some duties, such as, for example, when Queen Elizabeth was unable to attend the state opening of Parliament towards the end of her reign. Then councillors of state can be appointed to carry out certain functions on a temporary basis. The current councillors of state are Queen Camilla, Prince William, Prince Andrew, Prince Harry and Princess Beatrice. However, in 2022, Princess Anne and Prince Edward were added, and it's understood that only working royals would be asked on a practical basis to stand in for the king. Having said that, Buckingham Palace has indicated that they do not expect any of this to be necessary while the king undergoes his cancer treatment, because he intends to continue to attend to matters of state such as his red boxes and his meetings with the Prime Minister.
As Victoria mentions, only King Edward VIII has abdicated the throne in recent history. Queen Elizabeth II, the UK's longest reigning monarch, died at the age of 96. Her predecessor, King George VI, died suddenly in his sleep in 1952 after 16 years on the throne, following his brother's abdication in December 1936. Prior to Edward VIII's short reign, King George V's 26-year reign ended in 1936 at the age of 70. It would certainly be a surprise were the king to abdicate. He's waited over 70 years to become king. However, if his health were to deteriorate, the option may have to be brought into consideration.